My name is Scott Rennick and I am the incident commander of the North Peace Complex. These fires started about a week ago, and we've been in a real sustained drought here in the Peace region now for a number of weeks actually, extending even from last fall. So the conditions we're seeing right now are really deep burning, much more than we see on average at all at this point in time. So it's a combination where we have what's called the spring dip, and so that's when the snow comes off, the last of the snow comes off, and the foliar moisture, so that's the grasses, the leaves, the brush, is probably at one of its driest points, combined with unseasonably high temperatures in the daytime and at night with strong winds. We're in a bit of a catch-22 situation here. So the week beforehand, when we had the fires push out with this southeasterly wind, after it had done its initial push, which caused the fires to grow to quite a size, we had continual southeast winds from Alberta, so the smoke that was coming from across the border sat in across the Peace region, and making air quality obviously difficult for people. For us, with the fire behavior though, it was able to slow it and stem it a bit, because really we don't get that same solar heating that we'll get from the sun directly. So in many ways that allowed us a bit of an opening to really go after the fires, or at least get containment lines in initially. Now the situation is we're into a regular flow situation, which is the winds from the southwest and the south. So it's blown that smoke out now. So we're seeing now the real effects of direct sunlight without smoke onto the fires, higher temperatures, lower humidities, and wind. So we have been tested the last couple days, and we will be over the next few days until we get to a really stable pattern where we're going to see unseasonably hot temperatures, 10 to 15 degrees above normal. Planned ignitions are as important a part of firefighting as using a bulldozer or using water and hose and water on fires. In this area, a lot of the times to bring the fire's edge, which can be very spotty or fingery, especially with the way that the wind will push the fire, it'll spot into different areas, and then it makes quite a mess. This is making a better geometric shapes actually of the fire to bring it to the edge on our terms, where it's much more efficient and effective to fight. Also in this area particularly, we have hundreds and hundreds of hectares of the heavy blowdown that was mentioned in a video a number of days ago that were a result of a windstorm 3 to 4 years ago. So very, very dangerous for our crews to fight, and not very effective for them to actually go direct attack on with the chainsaw work and putting the hose in. So these areas we're actually straightening out at this point in time to bring effectively and efficiently and safely for our staff to be able to fight. So it's a really important part here. We're doing them almost every day, either on hand ignitions or aerial ignitions, or a combination thereof. And that's actually been one of the most successful pieces we've had actually in terms of our tactics as we've been moving forward. Planned ignitions that we do on wildfires are very well planned, very well choreographed. We don't do them unless we have the right resources in place and we have the actual right conditions in place. It's not something that's just done right off the cuff. It's something that we plan carefully, and if we don't have the conditions for it, we won't do it. Because again, if anytime you use fire or you're applying fire, there is a risk, right? So we're mitigating that risk by having the right conditions, having the right behavior predictions, and the right equipment and staff on site. We're going to be tested here in the next few days, but I think that we're as best set as we can be moving forward.